Hello everyone. Once again welcome to UN College virtual class. Now you are watching video lecture on nutritional assessment and monitoring in UN College digital class YouTube channel. You all know that assessment means we have to assess something. The action of assessing to define the needs of nutrition for a human being, and monitoring means to observe or to check the nutritional status or nutritional requirement and to follow up the food quality of a human being. We have to check the nutritional assessment and monitoring in regular basis, and nutritional assessment and monitoring is necessary for a human being to follow up the health status of a person. So we will discuss and briefly on the nutritional assessment and monitoring, and in that we will discuss on goals of nutritional assessment and monitoring, different methods of nutritional assessment and monitoring. In this method we can know about how we can measure the nutritional assessment of a person. Before going to nutritional assessment and monitoring, we have to know that the nutritional status. The nutritional status of an individual is often the result of interrelated factors. It is influenced by the adequacy of the food intake, both in terms of quantity and quality, and also by the physical health of the individual. We can know the nutritional assessment from the nutritional status, because we assess the nutrition of a human being to know about the nutritional status of that person, and to maintain a healthy life there is need of both quality and quantity food. Like if we take food in quantity, then we can't get all the nutrients those which are need for a human being. So that we have to intake the quality food from which we can get all the nutrients which are needed for a human being to maintain a healthy life. We can define the nutritional assessment from the nutritional status, and also we can know the energy requirement for a human being from the nutritional status, and we can know the nutritional status and assess the nutrition of a human being from the different health indications of a person. If a person suffering from any disease, then also we can assess the nutritional status of that person from the indication of the disease of that person. What is nutritional assessment? A nutritional assessment can be defined as a structured way to establish the nutritional status and energy requirements by objective measurements, and whereby accompanied by objective parameters and in relation to specific disease indications. An adequate nutritional treatment can be developed for the patient. All this happens preferably in a multidisciplinary setting. Nutritional assessment defined from the nutritional status, I had already told that, and we have to maintain and we have to assess or define the energy requirements for a human being, and through which we can assess the nutrition of that person. And nutritional assessment is necessary for a person to know about the health condition of that person, because from the nutritional assessment we can know about the nutrients which are needed for a human being, and also we can know the lacuna of nutrient of a person. So that here nutritional assessment is necessary for a person. Next, goals of nutritional assessment. First is timely identification of malnourished patients or patients at risk, so that the dietitian can start her nutritional treatment as soon as possible. If a person admitted in hospital because of any disease or because of any health issues, then their dietitian has to assess the nutrition of that person immediately, because our health status depends upon our nutrition, our diet chart, so that the dietitian immediately assess the nutrition of that person and provide a nutritional chart or diet chart to that person. Next, to determine the quantity of malnutrition, so an adequate assessment of the individual nutritional need is possible, and the dietitian has to determine the quantity of malnutrition. Means the dietitian has to assess the different regions of malnutrition and what are the nutrients are absent in the human body or in that person, so that the dietitian can assess the health status of that person. So there is need of the nutritional assessment for a patient or for a person who is at risk. Next is collecting data for diagnostic purpose, and the dietitian has to collect the data for diagnosis purpose. Because of nutritional assessment, the doctor can assess the health condition of that person. Monitoring changes in the nutritional status during a nutritional intervention, and sometimes we have to change the nutritional status or we have to change the diet chart or nutritional chart of a person, and which we get from the monitoring of the nutritional assessment. When the dietitian assess or when the dietitian monitor the patient's or the person's diet chart, then the dietitian feel that to change the nutritional chart or change the diet chart, because when the patient is recovery from disease, then we have to check or we have to change the nutritional chart or diet chart for that person. Collecting data for scientific research means when a dietitian or when a doctor is assessing the nutrition of a person, at that time they have to collect the data for scientific research on nutritional assessment. Monitoring the patient's nutritional status during hospitalization, and the doctor or the dietitian has to monitor the nutritional status of the patients when the patient is admitted in hospital, because through monitoring the nutritional status of the patient, the doctor can know about the status of the health of that person. Improving the nutritional assessment method, and we have to improve or we have to develop the different methodologies through which we can assess the nutrition of a person. Next, we will discuss on target groups of nutritional assessment. A nutritional assessment can be used for patients at risk for malnutrition and patients in whom it can contribute to determination of the diagnosis. Here, the target groups of nutritional assessment are these patients who are at risk for malnutrition or for different lack of nutrients, and the persons or the patients who are admitted in hospital due to lack of nutrients. They are the target groups of the nutritional assessment. How to measure the nutritional assessment? There is no golden standard for identifying malnourished patients or patients at risk. Therefore, multiple parameters are used to constitute a representation of the nutritional status of a patient. There is no standard for identify the patients those who are malnourished, but there is some methodologies, there is some techniques through which we can assess the nutrition of a person, so that there is a need of measurement of nutritional assessment through which we can maintain a healthy life, we can maintain a better life, because health is wealth, so that we need health first, and for that we need proper nutrition or proper balanced diet, so that there is a need of nutritional assessment through which we can know all the need of nutrients for a human being, for a person. Methods of nutritional assessment. Nutritional assessment can be done using the ABCD methods. These refer to the following: A for anthropometry methods, B for biochemical or biophysical methods, C for clinical methods, and D for dietary methods. These are the methods through which we can assess or we can measure the nutrition status of a human being, or these methods help us for nutritional assessment. Anthropometry methods. First we will discuss on that method. The word anthropometry comes from two words. First word is anthropo, and anthropo means human, and second one is metry, and metry means measurement. In your community, you will be able to use anthropometric measurements to assess either growth or change in the body composition of the people you are responsible for. We can use anthropometry measurement in our community for measure the growth of the health. And next is to assess growth in children. You can use several different measurements including length, height, weight and head circumference. Through anthropometry method, we can assess the growth of a child, and through that method we can assess or we can measure the nutritional assessment from height, weight, length and head circumferences. Means from anthropometry method we can measure the nutritional assessment through that part. First we will discuss on length. Means through length we can assess the nutritional status of a child or of a person. A wooden measuring board, also called sliding board, is used for measuring the length of children under 2 years old to the nearest millimeter. Measuring the child lying down always gives readings greater than the child's actual height by 1 to 2 centimeter. Means through a wooden measuring board, which is called sliding board, we can assess the length of a child. Those child who are below 2 years, because they can stand or they can sit in better way, so that we can assess or we can measure the length of that child through a sliding board, and through which we can also measure the height of that child. Next we will discuss on height. Means from height we can measure the nutritional assessment of a child. This is measured with the child or adult in a standing position, usually children who are 2 years old or more. We can assess the nutrition of a child, those child who are above 2 years old, or those are adult also, through the standing position. The head should be in the Frankfurt position during measurement, and the shoulders, buttocks and the heels should touch the vertical stand. Frankfurt position means a position where the line passing from the external ear hole to the lower eyelid is parallel to the floor. When we are measuring height, then the shoulders, buttocks and the heel should be touch the vertical stand, so that we can measure the height perfectly. Either a stadiometer or a portable anthropometer can be used for measuring. Measurements are recorded to the nearest millimeter. We can use the stadiometer or portable anthropometer for measuring the height of a child or of an adult also. Next we will discuss on weight. Means we can assess the nutrition from weight of a person. A weighing sling or spring balance, also called the Salter scale, is used for measuring the weight of children under 2 years old to the nearest 0.1 kg. Means those child who are under 2 years, from that child we can also assess the nutrition of that child through using Salter scale or sling or spring balance. In adults and children over 2 years, a beam balance is used, and the measurement is also to the nearest 0.1 kg. And also the adults and children, there is need of weight measurement, those who are above 2 years, and they can also children or they can also adults. We can assess the nutrition of them from weight also, and we can use the beam balance for measurement their weight. In both cases, a digital electronic scale can be used if you have one available, and we can use any digital electronic scale for measurement of the weight of adult or children. And don't forget to readjust that electronic scale before measuring the weight of child or adult. And you also need to check whether your scale is measuring correctly by weighing an object of known weight, and also you have to check the scale is measuring correctly or not. Next we will discuss on head circumferences. Means through head circumferences also we can measure the nutritional assessment. The head circumferences is the measurement of the head along the forehead and the prominent area on the back part of the head. We can assess the nutritional status of a child from the head circumferences. It is measured to the nearest millimeter using flexible, non-stretchable measuring tape around 0.6 mm wide, and we have to use the tape which is around 0.6 mm wide and which is flexible and non-stretchable. Head circumferences is useful in assessing chronic nutritional problems in children under 2 years old, as the brain grows faster during the first 2 years of life. And also we can assess chronic nutritional problems, those which are facing due to lack of nutrition for children, those who are under 2 years old. And the brain grows faster after the first 2 years of life, so that we have to measure the head circumferences of a child. These are some examples of measurement of length, height, weight and head circumferences. You can see that measurements from that picture also. This is length measurement, and this is height measurement, and this is for weight measurement for children, those who are under 2 years old, and this is head circumferences measurement. Next we will discuss on biochemical or biophysical methods. In this method we need lab test, and under lab test this is including hemoglobin, RBC, hematocrit, stool and urine. We have to test our hemoglobin, RBC, urine and stool for assessment the health status of a person, and through that lab test also we can know what are the requirements of the nutrients for a person. Next is biochemical test. This is expensive and time consuming. They reveal current nutritional status. Through biochemical test we can reveal the current nutritional status of a person. Some of the tests are protein, folate, vitamin A and niacin, through which we can know the diseases or we can know the different health issues from these biochemical tests. With increased knowledge of metabolic functions of vitamins and minerals, assessment of nutritional status by clinical science has been given to more precise biochemical tests. And also we can assess the vitamins and minerals which are needed for maintain a healthy life, and we have to know that what are the vitamins and minerals need for a person, and these we will get from the nutritional status by some clinical science. Next is clinical methods. It is an essential feature of all nutritional surveys. It is the simplest and most practical method of ascertaining the nutritional status of a group of individuals. We can assess the nutrition of a person from different clinical methods. And clinical method is a practical and simplest method through which we can get survey or we can get data from the community, through which we can assess the nutrition of the people. We can get the nutritional status or nutritional assessment from the survey data. It utilizes a number of physical science which are specific and non-specific also, that are known to be associated with malnutrition and deficiency of vitamins and micronutrients. And it also utilizes different physical signs, and these physical signs may be specific or may be non-specific, and also it associated with different malnutrition and deficiency disorders, or with deficiency of different micronutrients, and we can get data on that issues also. Good nutritional history should be obtained, and general clinical examination with special attention to organs like hair and angles of the mouth, gums, nails, skin, eyes, tongue, muscles, bones and thyroid gland. We can examine clinically different specific attentions from different organs, and we can clinically examine the hair, angles of the mouth, gums, nails, skin, and through which we can assess the health disorders, or we can assess the health issues. Detection of relevant signs help in establishing the nutritional diagnosis, and through nutritional assessment and through clinical methods of the nutritional assessment, we can detect the different signs which are due to different health issues or different health disorders, and we can diagnose the nutritional status of that person. Next, we will discuss on dietary methods of nutritional assessment. Nutritional intake of human is assessed by 5 different methods. In dietary method, we can assess the nutritional status or nutritional assessment from 5 different methods. These are, first one is 24 hours dietary recall. A trained interviewer asks the subject to recall all food and drinks taken in the previous 24 hours. It is quick, easy and depends on short-term memory, but may not be truly representative of the person's usual intake. 24 hours dietary recall, the interviewer questioned about the food types, or questioned about the diet of which we had taken in before 24 hours, through which the interviewer can assess the short-term memory power of that person. If the person is not reminding 24 hours dietary, or the person is not recall the 24 hours diet chart, then the person has short-term memory loss. So that the interviewer always questioned on 24 hours dietary recall. Next is food frequency questionnaire. Means there is some questionnaire on food frequency. In this method, the subject is given a list of around 100 food items to indicate his or her intake, frequency and quantity also per day, per week and per month. It is inexpensive and more representative and easy to use. And next is dietary history since early life. The dietary history aims to discover the usual food intake pattern of individuals over a relatively long period of time. And we have to cross check our diet chart when we have taken food in our daily life. Then we have to maintain balanced diet. So we have to check our dietary history. Means when we are suffering from any disease or any health issues, then we have to check, or we have to maintain, or we have to remind or recall our diet history, which food we have taken in fast, and now we have to take which type of food for maintain a healthy life. So that we have to maintain the diet history to properly assess the nutrition status of us. Next is food diary technique. Food intake should be recorded by the subject at the time of consumption, and the types and amounts of the food we had taken in our daily life that are recorded. The length of the collection period range between 1 to 7 days, and it is reliable but difficult to maintain. Food diary technique is difficult to maintain, but we have to maintain the food diary technique through which we can assess the nutritional status, and also we can know about what are the need requirement for us. Next is observed for food consumption. The most unused method in clinical practice, but it is recommended for research purpose. The meal eaten by the individual is weighed and contents are exactly calculated, and this method is characterized by having a high degree of accuracy but expensive and need times and efforts. This method is unused, and this method is using in some time for assess the nutritional status, but we can use this method for research on dietary method. In this class, we have discussed on nutritional status, and we have discussed on what is nutritional assessment, goals of nutritional assessment, different target groups of nutritional assessment, and also we have discussed how to measure or how we can measure the nutritional assessment and what are the methods we are following to assess the nutrition status of a person. And under this method, we have discussed on ABCD methods. It will help you for nutritional assessment of a human body. Thank you. Keep watching.